News Quickies.
What's going on in the world here?
There's a bill introduced by the Ohio legislator would make the Loveland Frogman the state's official cryptid.
And a cryptid is like animal or creature whose existence has never been proven. So like Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Or things like that. The Loveland Frogman.
And this the bill describes the creature as a frog-like bipedal creature standing approximately 4 feet tall. The legend apparently dates back to March of 1972 when two separate police officers reported seeing something strange near the Little Miami River in Loveland.
Okay.
And House Bill 821, introduced on April 13th, is to make that the first ever cryptid official of Ohio. They say one of the officers later said that he actually shot and recovered was a large, tailless iguana, calling the whole thing a hoax. But that hasn't slowed down the legend. The Frogman has since inspired books, films, festivals, local merchandise.
Oh, I'm sure.
And at least one coffee shop in Loveland has made a centerpiece of their brand.
Dude,
So
I'm looking at comic books. I might buy a Loveland Frogman T-shirt right now. It's pretty cool, and the depictions of them are funny. Some of the frogmen are ripped,
Yeah.
Some are fat with blue jeans on. Some are You think the Loveland Frogman wears clothes? I'm not sure either. I have a feeling
I would
no.
say that if the Frogman wears clothes, it would be just the hillbilly type jeans where they're really around. They stop around your or your knees,
Kind of ripped
and they're kind of all
tattered
at the bottom.
for sure.
But they stop around your knees because you grew. You had tiny pants. And then
Yeah.
you got bigger, like the Hulk.
Well, see, I'm shaped like a frog. It's hard to keep pants on. I've said this before. I think he's going to have to wear overalls.
That'd be good too. I could see that.
Just to keep with the theme you're going with here.
Yeah.
I think it might have to have overalls.
Buddhist monks arrested for marijuana smuggling.
They seem like an unlikely suspect for sure.
Almost 24 Buddhist monks from Sri Lanka have been arrested for smuggling weed, allegedly a sponsor known only as Businessman.
Who's your drug dealer? Businessman.
Provided the 22 monks with airline tickets to Thailand.
Yeah, he did.
Curiosities were piqued, however, when the monks ditched their orange robes for normal clothes while engaging in activities deemed suspicious.
Oh, that's where you went wrong, dude. You got to keep the monk uniform.
When the monks returned to their country of origin, customs officials conducted a search and found the monks hauling a grand total of 242 pounds of weed.
That's how you stay zen.
Street value, $3.4 million.
Damn. Yeah. Well, being a monk probably doesn't pay all that well. Smuggling 300 pounds of weed or whatever, that does.
Buddhist officials have now distanced themselves to what they call imposter monks.
Like these guys, or anybody that buys the Halloween costume, I guess.
Those imposter monks,
Imposter monks.
they are not us.
It's funny that they ditch the costumes like it's just that sacred cloth or whatever, and therefore we can't wear that and smuggle weed. Because I think you got to keep the costume on to smuggle the weed.
I think so, too. You got to stay full monk.
Yes.
Monk mode.
You got to, stay in monk mode, and you're far less likely to be searched, I think, right?
I would think so, or at least
less suspicious.
Yes.
Stay in monk mode while doing criminal activities. Check. That's what I learned today.
And technology might make funerals in the future different.
How so? What are we going to do?
A woman brings back dead husband via hologram for questions and answers at his own funeral.
I don't know if a Q&A session is what I want out of the deceased.
So really, is it sweet Interesting or just really creepy?
It's creepy.
You think so?
Yeah, would you want that?
If you came to my funeral
And there was a hologram,
and there was
you,
hologram of me,
and I could just ask
me
you questions.
creepy?
Yes,
Okay.
creepy to me. Aren't we supposed to mourn you?
Well, A Wisconsin woman gave her late husband funeral an unforgettable twist by bringing him back via a hologram to greet mourners one last time. Pam, who was married to Bill for nearly 60 years, worked with companies Proto Hologram and Hyperreal to create a life-size digital version of her husband using a pre-recorded material and AI.
Okay.
The hologram appeared on a screen and walked mourners through a scripted question and answer, answering questions as if he were really there.
But they had to ask specific questions, scripted ones.
It looks like Pam wrote an entire script herself using 6 decades of shared memories. I think they could pick something that she...
But you got to pick from the book.
Yeah.
It's like karaoke. You got to pick from the book. You can't just go off kilter and ask it whatever. Or will the AI kick in then?
I think this is something new, so I think hopefully
It's probably from
down
the
the line it'll get better.
Just from the script. Well, you got to be careful. See, what if the AI makes, Grandpa like real racist at his funeral or whatever?
Well,
you know what I mean? What if he starts saying stuff that
Well, you just got to make sure to put the right prompts in.
what if yeah.
They said about 200 guests attended, and none of them had no idea this was coming. So they were all pretty shocked.
So they were all as weirded out as I would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all telling everybody, like, you won't believe this.
And then all of a sudden he appeared with the opening line, "Now, before anybody gets confused, I'm not actually here in Valhalla today. It's going to be fun."
I would have went with the Ghostbusters theme song as I come back if I were him. Who you gonna call? But yeah, I really hope I don't go to funerals where they have this. I'll be honest.
There's some news quickies.